Traders, welcome back to our price action trading lesson. We're looking at S&P 500 mini futures, and we're going to talk about how we can use price action rules to help us navigate the market. So based on candlesticks on the chart, I can see that we have bullish trend working higher. I can either draw this big spike and a channel pattern, or I can draw this medium one, spike and a channel pattern right here, because market geometry is really nice here. This is a nice spike and a channel pattern. The trend is bullish, so I'm not thinking about selling. I'm only thinking about buying, but I want to see prices correcting to the key entry point so I know where I can go long. Market keeps going higher. Okay, right now we're finally correcting, so I'm gonna redraw short-term downtrend, and I'm gonna observe if the EMA is holding, and we're breaking below the exponential moving average. So this is not what I wanted to see, so I'm not really going long just yet, especially when the signal bar is bearish for the second entry long. I would need to see high low confirmation back above the EMA, and market continues to go lower. So right now I'm gonna be more patient because the correction is getting stronger. It is definitely normal because we traded up so strongly. There can be stronger pullback. It's even more apparent if you go on a high time frame. You can definitely see on 10,000 tick chart how far from the EMA we are, and we are way overdue for correction. Market is correcting back below EMA, no setup here. And at this point, I'm really patient because I can see the prices are really struggling to stay above EMA. I can't really go long below EMA because I don't know exactly when the correction is going to end. If I expect new high for these channels to the left, which I do at this point, I need to see decisive push above EMA, EMA holding, and I need to see some nice high probability setup. We have a failed second entry short here, but problem is the second entry short formed below EMA, so I needed to see second entry short above EMA. And also if I'm going to draw short-term channel like this, I would go long directly into it, which is not what I like to see. EMA is also in one of these bars. So I wanted to see more decisive push above EMA, not failed second entry short that is below the EMA. I need to see second entry short above the EMA. So I'm still waiting here. Correction is still longer. Okay. And market keeps going lower. There are a couple of short opportunities that look tempting, but I like to follow the main bias. At this point, it looks like there is some wider channel, and I was really caught off guard when I was watching structure like this because the trend looks so strong. I was expecting prices to test the new high, but we never can stay above EMA. You can see how consistently we are still below EMA or hovering just around the EMA. That's not a good sign for me to go long just yet. At the same time, I don't feel comfortable selling because the main bias was so bullish. So this was not good structure to trade, even though these short setups look great. What I can do, I can draw wider channel. I like drawing channel like this with the break and the new extreme. Why do I draw channel with the break and the new extreme and not wider like this? The reason is because we traded up so strongly. This is the main bias, so I'm leaning more towards prices still testing the new extreme. Okay, I still expect new high because this uptrend was the main pattern. So we have right here new extreme, new low right here, although it is very close. But when I'm not sure, I'm going to follow the main bias. Market is trending higher, so at this point I was really expecting prices to finally be more bullish and test new high. However, I would need second entry long at the EMA. Can I get second entry long at the EMA? No, we're breaking below second entry long below EMA, so I don't really want to go long just yet. We have failed second entry long, and one trader asked me about failed second entry long. There's a break in new extreme, but let's say you're going to draw wider channel. Let's say you're going to draw wider downtrend, not respecting the main overall bias. Even if you draw wider downtrend in play like this, you still cannot take this failed second entry long because you already have a downtrend break new extreme. You already have two legs down, and you cannot sell at the bottom of the second leg after two legs down, broad two legs down. Remember, you want to take the failed second entry long part of the one move, and you have broad two legs down after short-term downtrend played out with the break and new extreme. So you cannot go short here. It's not a good short. But I'm still expecting new high here. You have a new low first entry short failure. I was thinking about failed second entry short. Test the new high for this uptrend and test the new high for the main channel. Can I get a failed second entry short? I can, but at this point it's gigantic. There was spike in volatility. I cannot take this bar. It's too big, closing too far up. So there was no way for us to take it. Uptrend played out with the break and new high, and market reverse all the way down like this. Okay, so this was quite confusing, but at this point I'm completely forgetting about new highs for these channels. Okay, simply we're so far away from this. The momentum is too bearish, so I'm completely abandoning my initial idea, and I'm just left with the most recent structure, new high, like this. And I just have to follow the most recent structure. As of right now, I don't see no good easy high probability setup because this was conflicting area. Okay, you're either thinking about the downtrend or uptrend getting new high, which means we're not taking setup when we have conflicting variables. Okay, I'm going to redraw downtrend working lower like this. You can consider something wider, but it just doesn't fit that well. It's a little bit too broad. If I'm going to draw it wider like this, just a little bit too broad, doesn't fit that well. And if I'm going to draw uptrend like this, it is still in play. So I'm just waiting patiently. No setup, no nothing. We're still going sideways. Nothing is super clear. This uptrend probably needs new high. You have a high low here, but it's not fully at the EMA. And it is a doji bar. Had it at least formed closer to the EMA, you can consider, this is really doji. I mean, you can consider, it's quite doji bar. I mean, if you took it, such a small risk you can consider, but there are definitely better trades. Breaking new high. Okay, we're back above EMA, and because now we're back above EMA, I like drawing wider channel. Why do I like drawing wider channel like this? Because if I'm going to zoom out, I can see that it looks like a one leg down, break, second leg down, downtrend played out, broad two legs down, and there is no reason for prices right now to go lower. So I drew this aggressive wider channel. It gets confirmations, and we're back above EMA. I actually like taking this second entry long, new high first entry long, pullback second entry long. This was my only trade for the day, second entry long here, because it confirms the uptrend needs new high. It's right to EMA, new high first entry long, second entry long, downtrend played out. I kind of like it, but once again, not super easy setup to consider because you have uptrend break new high with the initial one. So I was betting more right now on downtrend depletion, getting confirmations, a decent second entry long, breaking new high. I'm going to redraw the downtrend, working lower, nothing really here. Okay, I was actually real time. I was playing a little bit wider channel like this. Okay, but because market kept trending lower, I had to redraw the break-in new extreme like this. Quite choppy price action today. It wasn't easy to find good pattern. Okay, new low first entry short only. Okay, we're so far from the EMA. Definitely not even the tail is touching, let alone the body. The body is miles away from the EMA. Can't consider. Okay, we are trading higher. And finally, the move is consistent. So this is what I like to see. Structured push up. So I'm going to redraw a nice uptrend. This is where it is easy to trade this because we have a nice brand new uptrend established, which now the structure is just whipsawing up and down and down. So I'm just following the short-term trend line rule. So I like to see second entry long now at the EMA. I like to see second entry long at the EMA because this uptrend is in play. This is what's getting my attention. I simply have to follow the most recent structure, which is bullish. Can I get a second entry long? I have a second entry long here, which looks great. But problem is, if I draw a short-term downtrend, the downtrend is still in play. And I don't like drawing downtrend for just one bar like this. It seems super micro, super tiny. So I definitely was waiting for high-low confirmation setup simply because the short-term downtrend is in play. And remember, there's a short-term trend line rule even for the correction. So I like to see break, attempt to test the new low, high low, to be great, which formed here, but high low is simply too big. Notice how big the high low is. You have to go long at the top. You could technically wait for the break here, drop your limit order, let's say somewhere around here or even lower to make sure you have room to get out before the swing high. If you play like this, you can consider, but you definitely cannot go long at the top of this move. The bar is way too big. The risk is simply not worth it. You would have to drop a deep limit order, getting filled somewhere around here, decreasing the risk and making sure you have room to scalp out. If you play like this, you can consider high low because the uptrend needs new high according to trendline rule. You never felt second entry short, but the signal bar was super weak. I mean, double bar entry, new low here, first entry short, second entry short further. You can sort of reset the count, but visually you can tell it's a failed second entry short. Uptrend still doesn't have new high fully, so you can consider double bar entry as well. Breaking new high, uptrend played out, so I'm going to mark breaking new extreme. Okay, I'm going to redraw the downtrend. We already have a break and a new low right here. Break new extreme. Felt second entry long was bad signal bar, so I didn't really want to take it. Downtrend played out. Now we're just going sideways. EMA exactly in these bars, this area of development. We need to see what is the next market cycle. Okay, and now I can see structured series of low highs and low lows. So I like drawing wide channel like this because I get a lot of confirmations here. It looks pretty structured. Uptrend break new high. It's a little bit sideways, yes, but the downtrend is quite convincing. Can I get a second entry short? I have a second entry short right here. New low, first entry short, second entry short. Off 2 key entry points, but problem is, it is quite late. I skipped this for this only reason. This was a great setup, but because it's Friday and it's quite late, not that it's not going to work, but problem is, if you have a losing trade this late, there can be profit taking, not that many traders trading, and you can't really make it back. If it's the beginning of the session, you can always find a trade and make it back, but you don't want to take a trade like this and it's going to end up being a losing trade. And you're going to have to dwell on this during the weekend. So I always like to make sure I'm not taking a setup super late on Friday because there's no time to make it back. But this is a decent second entry short of the EMA. So price action wise, educational wise, we can consider second entry short here, right here. Or you can scale down and trade smaller contract size. Just write it out. Okay, work for a scalp. I'm going to redraw the uptrend working higher. Okay, do we have new low? No new low fully. Okay, market is correcting. Uptrend played with the break new high. Downtrend needs to get new extreme according to trend line rule. Break, push to new high. Can I get something below EMA? Lower high is above EMA, so I can't take it. So the last option is new high. First entry long, second entry long failure. Can I get a second entry long? I can, but it's a little bit too low. You're selling quite low and definitely too late now. It ended up working. New low. Downtrend played out, and now the market is about to close. So this is the overall structure for today. It was quite a unique day, not really that common because there is no clear direction. It looks like trend range, but key levels are not static. So every single time you're struggling to have good, bigger pattern confirmed, you're pretty much left with the only option following the most recent structure, trying to find good fitting short-term channel, follow the trend line rule, and look for second entries. Okay, second entry long here. No second entry short on the way down. Couple setups here, a little bit close to high, so we need to drop limit orders, break a new high. Decent second entry short here. So here the structure actually got quite easy. Clear uptrend break new high, downtrend break new low. But this area was really tricky. This is what was really boring because the whole time I'm expecting new high to be tested or some continuation. But at the same time, I have bigger downtrend working lower. So I don't really like selling because what if there's going to be resumption of bullish bias? So you have to be quite patient here. Nothing really much to chew on. Spike down. Yeah, not that many great setups, although I don't see no traps to get trapped on, which is always nice. And remember, I want to talk about this briefly. You don't really want to judge your trading performance based on one day. Sometimes I see novice traders, they are too disappointed if they have one bad trading day. 1 or 2 days, it means absolutely nothing. Okay? Because in trading, you simply will not get easy structures every single time. You have to remember that trading is a zero-sum game and you're competing against institutions, you're competing against professionals on the other side of the world, and they are trying to make money as well. So nothing is given to us for free. So we just have to follow the market, follow the rules, and accept every day as it is, because no one's going to give us anything for free. They're very skilled. The people who are trading every day, they've been doing this for decades. They're professionals. So you cannot expect as a beginner trader for market to give you something for free. Okay, so you have to earn this, you have to pay your dues. And if the structure is not easy to trade, then simply you're not trading this and you're waiting for confirmed trend, confirmed pattern at the key entry point, and taking a good signal bar. So you have to judge your performance, let's say weekly or preferably monthly, because 1 or 2 days, it really doesn't mean much. You can have few bad trading days and then you can make it back quickly. So you shouldn't analyze your trading performance based on a few days only. You never know what happened. Maybe you felt bad emotionally, something happened in your real life, and then next week you're going to feel much better. You're going to make it all back and then some. So it's always better to focus on bigger picture, because this helps you trade better because you're mentally in a zone. You're not as stressed out over analyzing every single individual day. So try to focus on bigger picture, tracking your performance weekly, preferably monthly. That's how you truly test your trading skills. But I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you had a great trading day. I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck in your trading.